Hi. Hello, I'm Karen here. I'm Karen, Chief Consultant. No, I'm not a Chief Consultant. I'm the Chief Administrator Officer. Today, you're not going to ask, we are not going to have an AMA session with me, but it's a Ask Dunstan any questions. Any question that you all want to ask Dunstan. Who is Dunstan? Today I have already decided to share something that is free and easy. It's going to be very fun. So we are going to start promptly at what time? 7. 7 p.m. sharp. So please join us, me, Karen, and Dunstan. So what are you going to learn today during our session? Actually, not our session, is Dunstan's session. You're going to learn red flags in the crypto world, tokenomics, how to design a correct tokenomics that will be the difference between a successful ICO and the future of crypto, gain perspective on where the crypto trend is heading towards. Let me see, is it 7? Let me adjust a little bit so that you all can see us clearly. By the way, please click like and share to hear a fun session that I'll be having. Actually, I'm super excited now. If you ask me, I'm very, you see my face almost, I think, turned a bit red already. Let me see. Okay, 7 sharp now at my end here. Now I'm going to call Ask Dunstan's on live with me now.
Hi, I'm Dunstan. Hi, I'm the chief. Oh yeah, I should be looking at this. I am the chief consultant for Kryptoia. I'm a tokenomist by calling. Been in the crypto space for 9 years. Been mining Bitcoin when it was 9 years ago. Been doing been trading cryptocurrencies after Ethereum and the other ICOs had come up. Been training influencers, cryptocurrency influencers in the region and in the United States, and also some in Australia. So right now, I'm also helping projects, helping national projects. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah. So okay. Today is a live session, Facebook Live. I think it's the first one I've had. The one before I had was with One Way. That was Ikigai. Yes. So today is about people asking me anything they kind of want to ask. Well, if it's too sensitive, I'm just gonna not bother answering any of the weird questions anyway.
Title today is Ask Any Questions. Yes.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask any questions relating to crypto.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, please write on the comment section so that Dunstan will be answering your questions.
And we already have some emails that actually came in
Earlier.
before in some of our Kryptoia emails, and they also asked about like I think one of these question would be I think this is something that people
They
always
asked, it's interesting. I think I like this. They came with, we received an email in the afternoon, yeah. They posted a long list even before. Hi Jay.
Hi Jay.
Okay. Here they said, what do you think makes a good ICO?
Actually, what makes a good ICO is generally, I think, pretty simple. They must have a good business model. The team must be sound. The team must be awesome. Yeah. Actually, I'll sit here a bit closer. So the team must be awesome. Yeah. So I should be looking at this camera. Keep on thinking it's that screen. Yeah. Yeah. So yo Leslie. Yeah. So
hi Leslie.
Hey. So we must ensure that right the team if they are in an industry if let's say they want to be in a remittance industry, the team should have done that before. Should have been part of a remittance company, or like even those who say that they are doing a AI, especially I tell you nowadays everybody is talking about AI, like blockchain AI. I find most of it quite bullshit lah, because most of them don't even know anything about AI. They just take buzzwords like, oh, we have NLP, neuro linguistics programming, we have machine learning, we use all the data and so on. Yeah, but actually they don't know anything. So what they do is after that they find an AI expert to try to create their tech itself. Yeah, we have somebody that's at the door looking for us. Maybe you should open the
Have a
door.
guest here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's part of the team, tokenomics, and also we need to understand whether or not the business is too futuristic, because there are businesses that are closer to our times, and those are here at the right time. But there are businesses that are way too advanced. For example, I give you an idea. If we are gonna do video like 20 years ago, when there's no such thing as YouTube, when our internet connection was so crappy, right? So if you want to load even just a picture, it would just slowly load, right? So no, I think that is way too advanced. But right now, if we talk about videos are everywhere. We can even have videos on our phone, and we are having a live. Last time, I don't think even streaming was like that. We couldn't even have enough internet speed for streaming. So that's that. So then the next part would be to make sure that they know how to go to their market. So they can have a good idea, but they don't know what to do about it. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, after sharing the what do you think makes a good ICO, we move to another one. Okay. What do you believe will happen to the crypto space?
Well, the crypto space, I think it's going to be very exciting, because what happened is this. I think people believe that crypto will die off. When I started crypto, right, most of people believe it's used to launder money, it's a shady business, and that banks won't come in, governments will kill it off. And 9 years later down the road, the banks haven't been able to kill off Bitcoin, even the first cryptocurrency. They cannot kill off Bitcoin. They cannot kill off cryptocurrency. We have grown so much. I strongly believe that we are right now right at a phase where crypto is gonna go into most aspects of businesses. When it comes to fund transfer, it's also blockchain is gonna go into many businesses itself, like especially logistics, because we are having a lot of problems trying to figure out what's gonna happen. I also truly believe that nations or even banks will come in. We even have institutions coming in, like Goldman Sachs has just announced that they have just created their own, I treat it as a Fed coin itself, a stable coin that's pegged to the USD. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, the next question we have is, ICOs have been very tough to facilitate in the past 3 months.
Yep.
Do you think it is still possible to successfully raise a 20 million ICO in this month?
20
In
million.
this market? Yeah.
Well, technically, I think that if they want to do it via an ICO, right, certain companies should not be doing an ICO actually. They should be doing an STO for some of them, because for their company itself, their token has not much utility, but the investors know that they'll be generating good revenue itself. So even an STO would be helpful to them. Another thing would be having a token that is tied to their equity itself, where whoever invests in their token will get a certain percentage of their equity. That will make them more excited to come into the ICO itself. But we can't call it ICO. I would treat it as an STO right now. Yes. So this is what I feel. Then the next thing about raising 20 million, I have seen quite a lot of projects in the region, or even in the United States, they have raised more than 20, if not 40, if not 50. Inside information has told me that an ICO actually raised $2 billion, and it's not EOS. A Korean ICO actually raised $2 billion privately.
Just privately?
Just by private placement, and not even full-fledged doing an ICO itself.
Wow.
So I think 20 million shouldn't be too much.
Okay. As I said again, please click and like and share our Facebook page on Live and Now. Okay, the next questions. Wow, that's a long list, man. People before people asking us on the questions. Okay, here they ask, what do you think of STO?
Okay, what do I think of SEOs? I think SEOs, many ICO consultants actually believe that SEOs are the next wave of cryptocurrencies.
Mhm.
I say that yes and no. Usually, most of my answers are yes and no. Why? Because not many security tokens would be of value. It's not that as long you're a security token, it means that you're of more value than a utility token. So right now, I think what we need to figure out more is whether or not a company should be doing an ICO or should be doing an STO itself. If they should be doing an STO and they don't know that, they try to push for an ICO, sooner or later they need to do a rebranding. Yeah, and if they do a rebranding, it's going to be bad for the company. The morale is going to be low. They haven't raised much funds. I think they get pissed anyway. And the original investors will be pissed when they invested in their utility token. It becomes a security token. Yeah, because they have less places to trade actually. So right now, I believe that although there is infrastructure prepared for STOs to come out, like security token exchanges, or even regulations that are starting to regulate security tokens, yes, but I feel that it is not yet fully open to the market. Many people still don't know about how to structure an STO, or even whether or not how to go about making an STO appear. Yep.
Okay, we move to the next questions.
Okay.
How different would you approach the whole process if it's STO versus ICO?
Okay, if it's an STO versus an ICO, I think the fundamental difference is this. STO is a security token. Why? Utility token, that's another thing. I can tell you that many of the utility tokens out there, are actually fake utility tokens. They are not even true full-fledged utility tokens. Actually, most of them are security tokens. Already, some in Singapore has been red flagged because they were actually security tokens hidden with utility functions itself, and they were called a utility token. But actually, based on our MAS, based on our regulations itself, they are actually very clearly a security token. For example, if any token is tied to their revenue model, right, it will generally fall under a security token immediately. Like they give out some level of dividends, it'll be a security token. It's a very clear-cut thing. Even the SEC in America also says exactly like that. And we hear that weird sound, right? That's exactly what we hear like every 8 minutes in the office. So yeah. So, but when it comes to an ICO, right, generally their token is a utility token. But let me ask you one thing. Can their tokens be replaced with fiat? If their tokens can be replaced with fiat, right, with cash, with USD, then their token doesn't really have true utility. Or it's not really used to, it's only used to transfer value and not used for a utility function in the business model, in the ecosystem. When that's the case, right, I believe that utility token is not much of a utility token. I would recommend they don't lie to the public. They just use fiat better. Yeah, so I would approach the both of them very differently, because an STO, right, you need to go through a lot of regulations. You need to jump through a lot of regulatory red tapes. You need to have a full-fledged sort of lawyer services that tell you the different jurisdiction. Let's say, for example, the rules and regulations of a security token is very different in America compared to that in Singapore. So technically, they need to know when they are asking investors for security tokens in the different jurisdiction. Like if I want Americans to invest, firstly, they need to be accredited investors. They also need to ensure that they go through proper KYC, AML, and even the KYC, AML laws in America and Singapore are very different. Yeah. So if you notice, I keep looking at the other screen because the other screen has my photo there and my video there. So I keep shifting and looking there. Yeah, not looking at that same, not looking at the correct camera. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. But I still will use this. If you all hear this, meaning
I talk too much.
yes, because Dunstan is a giver. He will share and share and share and share. So we have long list of questions here.
Mm.
I think better reserve for more questions to come.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. Where would you look for STO investors?
Uh, well, I think that's interesting. Actually, there are some. Actually, there was an email just now. Yeah, we had an email just now, right? So the email was asking about STO investors, where to look for it, right? Actually, STO investors can be found everywhere, especially angels, super angels, and VCs. They are most of the time considered STO investors. Because in this period of the crypto winter, many of them don't dare invest in utility tokens. It's not their fault.
Mm.
Whether or not they know enough about cryptocurrencies, they are now afraid. Many or even many retail investors are now afraid of investing in utility tokens. Why? Most of the tokens are 90% of the tokens right now. If you go to CoinMarketCap right now, if you type out www.coinmarketcap.com, you'll find out that most of the tokens have lost close to 90% of their original value for these past few months. Like from 6 months ago all the way up to now, they have lost 90% of their value. And those are utility tokens. Why? Because they actually have close to zero tokenomics. What they have is a fundraising model, and therefore their utility function has not seep into the value of their tokens. So I would say that if you want to look for SEO investors, the best place is now to look for accredited investors, to look for VCs and angels. Now, where can we find them? Actually, they are everywhere. Every country would have their own groups. For example, in Singapore, we have our own angel group called Bansi. They are one of the largest. Actually, they are the largest angel groups in Singapore. So that's one place to look for angels. VCs, come on, just type out VCs in the region. I am quite sure you'll be able to find out a list and contact them. Right. So yeah. So another one question that I saw just now was
I have here.
Mm.
Where would this is the one that oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So where would you who would you approach actually for STO investors?
Actually, I will approach anybody that's accredited investors and above. Why? Because actually for STOs, right, security token, right, the biggest problem is that most retail investors in most jurisdiction, like Singapore, they cannot invest in an STO. So which means that anybody that structures an STO immediately is stuck to only getting VCs and accredited investors to come in. Yeah, anything above the accredited investor range, they can actually do it. Yeah, but they cannot get retail investors from now onwards, actually. So they just limited themselves. And if the token is supposed to be used within their ecosystem, I don't recommend them do an SEO. I still recommend them doing an ICO and creating a utility token. So one of the questions that was asked was to focus on institutional or retail. I like both actually, because why? The institutionalized investors, when they come into an ICO or SEO, they give great credibility to the team and project. It means that somebody who knows exactly how to do their due diligence and who have done their due diligence, right, and would need to answer to tons of their liquidity providers, they came and they said that, I'm going to give this project a chance. And I believe that this is going to be a good project. That's why I use my reputation as a VC to come in and invest in this ICO or STO. That states a lot about the project. However, the retail investors are also important. Why? Most of the ICOs, people don't understand what the ICO and STO can do for the company itself. It's actually a very good way to get the community to come and be your clients, to come and partake in your business ecosystem, to come and use your service, to come and kickstart and grow your business to an amazing size. So that is the current, that is why I say that the retail investors are important. because they will form a large part of the following of the ICO or STO. They will form a large part of the community that galvanizes behind. They might even be, for lack of a better word, neutral audits to see whether or not that project is sound, to give their feedback, to give comments, and to even highlight any red flags that's possible and allow the team to change. Yeah, so that's why I would focus actually on both, whether or not I'm doing an STO or an ICO. Although if I'm doing an STO, the biggest problem is most of the time, even if I need to get a retail investor, I cannot call them retail anymore. They must be accredited and above.
So actually, what kind of marketing would you do?
Marketing, I think marketing, right? Generally for ICO or STO.
For STO.
Okay, so yeah, I remember that was one of the questions that was in the email. So actually, the sort of marketing that we want to do is actually very simple. Social media, definitely reaching out to the community and making sure that you are accountable. I think what many of the ICOs misunderstand, that they want to do marketing, they want it to be flashy. They want it to be such that like a lot of people see, and they have a lot of people in their Twitter feeds. They have a lot of followers. They have a lot of people in their Telegram groups. Yeah, so all these, they believe that is part of good marketing. I'm not saying the numbers don't make sense, but most of these numbers are generally bounty hunters. They are generally just people who come in because they have been given airdrops. They don't believe in the project. They don't want to partake in the ecosystem. They don't want to help the business. They just want to come in for airdrops, or they want to come in to do to fulfill their bounty program obligation itself. So actually, that form of marketing right now already doesn't make sense. If you notice, right, if you go to many of the ICO Telegram groups, take a look. Notice, out of 20,000 people in the Telegram group, maybe less than 100 people are constantly communicating and talking. Something is very wrong, right? When less than 1% of the population in the whole group, right, is communicating and giving feedback and talking to one another, then what about the rest of the 99% of the Telegram group? Are they real? That's one. Do they genuinely support the project or believe in the project? That's two. Yeah, that's going to be a huge problem. Then the other forms of marketing that we are going to do is, of course, bounty program. They help. Why? Because we can get connected with people in the different regions. So let's say we get a couple of bounty hunters. They are connected with crypto people who are interested not just to invest, but interested in good and new projects. We still need them because they will help us reach out to the correct population, preferably to the correct population. So that's the other part of the marketing itself. The next part of marketing that you can ask is that is possible is this. We can go about writing blogs, trying to be, especially not trying to be, with the ICOs that generally my company get in, right? We believe that many of them are at least thought leaders in their industry. So get them to write certain things about what they understand about their industry. Allow other people to have insights into their industry itself, and position themselves correctly, so that when people see, they understand. Many of these companies or many of these founders, they don't dare to put themselves forward like what I'm doing now. I think this is the first time I'm doing a Facebook Live, maybe a second time I'm doing Facebook Live, and well, might be stressful, but doesn't matter. At least you try, put yourself forward. Yeah.
Yeah, when we are having fun now.
Yeah, and we are having fun.
And
So yes.
actually, as we mentioned earlier on, we are going to make this a fun session.
Yeah. Hopefully, well, I'm waiting for other people to ask questions.
Actually, there are actually a long list. Shall we?
Yeah. So maybe one of the questions that people like to ask is this.
What do you think will be the price of Bitcoin at the end of the year?
Okay. I will say a number, but I'm not gonna bet anything because I am not McAfee. I'm not gonna eat my dick on live TV. Yeah. I believe that the price of Bitcoin at the end of the year minimally will hit 13,000. to a maximum of 25,000 at the end of this year. So that is my gauge. I could be wrong. It's not investment. It's not investment advice. So if anybody buys Bitcoin because of this video, good luck to you. Have fun. Carry on. Yeah. But I will also explain why I believe that. Most of us, we believe that right now we are in a crypto winter. You're right. Yes, we are. And right now, when they saw Bitcoin prices going up, they believe that it's a bull run. No, it's not a bull run yet. I believe right now it's a bull trap. So it's going to drop a bit more and then later rise up again. Yeah. So yes, okay, there are some questions. What's my view? Okay,
Yeah.
Leslie is asking. So Leslie is back home rather than in the company. So never mind.
Leslie is asking, what is your views on protocol blockchain now?
Oh, protocol blockchain. I think there's way too many of them right now. And some of them have become protocol blockchains because of them aligning themselves as the business arm to certain community blockchains. If you are a community blockchain, right, I do recommend having business people in the community to help push the usage of your blockchain itself, because it doesn't help to be only a community blockchain and no businesses, no companies, no communities, no other community itself is using that blockchain. It doesn't make sense. Then I have also thoughts about the new Fed coin. Yes, I talked about it a bit just now, but I still want to talk about the Fed coin. I believe that the new Fed coin by Goldman Sachs is a lot of crap, for lack of a better word, although I shouldn't be naming them. But yes, I still believe there is institutions and banks coming in to say that, we are the king of finance and we want to take back control of finance. But guys, remember one thing. Why is it that we are in crypto? We're in crypto because firstly, we want financial freedom. A lot of people misunderstand financial freedom to fiat financial freedom. We want to be free to be able to choose how we spend our money, where we spend our money. We don't want people to tell us how and where and when we can spend our money. That's number one. Money has in not just fiat, value itself. Two, I don't want to be in a situation where all the cash I'm holding suddenly become worthless in an instant, which also happened to Venezuela. The people there were holding shit tons of cash, and suddenly in an instant, millionaires became paupers when it's not their fault. I think these are things in which cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency was meant to help to reduce our dependency on fiat value itself. Hi. So what other question? So how different is USTD and the fiat coin? So this one, I don't think there's any difference. The first time when USTD came out, to me, Tether is like a scam. I still believe that Tether is a scam or USTD is a scam. Why? Firstly, yes, it's true that they have the same amount of USD compared to the amount of USTD that they are printing out. But in that double printing, that's considered a possibility. Next, so why do we need to print the same amount of USD again? It doesn't make sense. Oh, we have
a new question.
We have a new question.
How will the different industry contribute to cryptocurrencies in nature?
The different industries, I believe that cryptocurrencies will contribute to these different industries rather than they contribute to cryptocurrencies. Why? If you create a good utility token, I'm not talking about security token, I'm talking about utility token. If you create a good utility token, you know what will happen? It will boost your economy, it will boost your industry itself that you are in. For example, even for logistics, many of them, they need a good utility token to show that transaction has gone through and that they use it as a ledger, right, to ensure that that is going to be a valid transaction. I think that's pretty important. let's say, for example, we have commodities being traded on pieces of paper. Billions of dollars worth of commodity are being traded just like that in a using facts pieces of paper, and I feel that that's actually a very dangerous thing. What is to say that I'm a commodity trader? I go to Goldman Sachs to trade my commodity, and then I at the same time ask another of my friend to use a photostated copy of that piece of paper that looks extremely like the same paper to go and trade it, to go and do trade the commodity in another bank itself. So that's where some of these commodities trade fail. One question, pretty interesting. We have Joseph who talks about how the U.S. debt is already raised to 20 trillion. So, which also means what? Actually, if I were American citizen, you know what happens? Oh yeah, I should be looking at. Yeah, if I'm an American citizen, right, the moment I have a child, my child is considered immediately in debt.
Mm.
Which also means that it's not because my child did something wrong. It's because somebody else made a decision and we have to pay for it. Or should I say the American children will have to pay for it. And this is actually not just that. What about the debt in other countries? Our neighbor owes really a lot of money. Most of the countries in the world owes a debt. Who are they owing to? It doesn't make sense. So actually, most of them are owing either to central banks, family offices, or banks around the world.
Hi, Pericles.
Hi,
Pericles is here.
hi, Pericles. Okay, hey,
Okay, we have another intro. Please stay on. Please click and share this post here. Thank you very much.
thank you very much. Please do me a favor. This is the first time. This is the second time I'm doing a live, so I'm not very good at this. Help me share more. Help me tell your friends more.
Post more.
Ask your friends and relatives
and
to come
ask more
along.
questions.
Yeah, and purposely
Please.
ask me also weird, awkward questions other than my
Any
underwear
questions,
size. Yeah, or how many bitcoins I own and so on. Yeah, so
Because you're
feel free
saying
to
that
ask.
this is free.
Yeah,
Ask
free for all
nonsense
lah.
question.
So if it's too
Answer.
sensitive, I will keep to myself and not answer that. Let's see. There are different comments. Okay,
Let me see. Let me see what are the.
okay. There is a new comment.
Okay, give me a second. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Ravi.
Hey,
Roy.
hi Ravi. Hey. No, Lord, I call him
Yeah.
Roy. Hi, Roy.
It's Roy. It's Roy.
Yes. Hi,
Why-
Roy. Yes.
You have this question.
Hey, thank
Why-
you, Leslie. Yes.
why you-
Why am I bald? I'm not bald. I choose to shave my head so I look a bit more like the Rock. Yeah. So okay, we have one good question actually. We have so many ICOs they're pegged to Ethereum. Now, what happens to these ICOs? What happens to Ethereum when they cash out? Yep. This is one of my favorite questions because why? What happened is this. I've been telling people generally a simple way for a common red flag in the crypto world for ICOs is that if they are using Ethereum, I would generally consider that a huge red flag first. Okay, this is just a very simple way to tell if you're new in the cryptocurrency world. Why? Everybody is raising their ICO or even their SEO on Ethereum, and that's gonna be a huge problem. Why? I give you an example. EOS, they raised 4 billion USD, and what did they do? They cash out. When they start cashing out, they're cashing out from the Ethereum. They are cashing out by selling their Ethereum. When you sell $2 billion worth of Ethereum or all the way to $4 billion worth of Ethereum, what's going to happen to the price of Ethereum? It's going to tank. And when the Ethereum price tanks, many of these ICOs, what they will do is they will start selling their Ethereum also to quickly cash out. So it creates a never-ending spiral downwards, which is going to be a huge problem. Another thing is this. Most of these ICO owners, right, they are extremely greedy. They raise on Ethereum and they didn't cash out immediately. They wanted to wait because they thought that Ethereum price would skyrocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, because many people keep raising on Ethereum itself. So they believe that, oh, with greater utility and therefore, oh, the Ethereum price is going to go up. So they keep on doing that, you see. So they wait. And when they wait, right, what happened when a bear market comes like this period? The Ethereum price dropped. In fact, right now, what's the Ethereum price? Let me check. Today, what's the Ethereum price?
What I have here. See.
Coin market cap.
Here.
Okay, Ethereum price, $227.
And yeah, 82 cents. What
Wow.
you have there?
Yep. So
Same.
let's take a look at the graph for Ethereum. Interestingly, at the start of the year, 1 year, let's take a look.
Here.
Drop more than
Same.
half, if not even more. So this is the current situation right now. So now, when most of them are listing on Ethereum, right, and not choosing the correct, hey, hi Anthony, hi, yeah. So what is gonna happen is this: everybody is using Ethereum because that's the go-to ICO raising portal, or should I say the ICO raising protocol itself. Why can't they choose to use blockchains that are more suitable for their business model? For example, if they are logistics blockchain, I would recommend VeChain itself. Why use Ethereum? It doesn't make sense, right? So that's the thing. I think most people are using Ethereum is because, right, it's extremely easy to find an Ethereum developer, or actually a low-end, low-level Ethereum developer, compared to like you want to find a developer who knows how to do, who knows how to code in the Stellar protocol or even in the Neo protocol. But even though Neo is like the number 2 smart contract protocol itself, many people are still not choosing to use Neo. So that's the current problem. Yeah. So, okay, we have one. Wait, let me drink some water. Yep. Okay. There are people asking about, okay, other than why I'm bald, let me see. Yeah, other than I look awesome, I look handsome, that one common. Many girls say that too. Yeah, okay, let's see what's the next question. Wow. So what happens to existing ICOs that have no options back then? They had no choice. So right now, the ICOs, in fact, they should be either moving on to their own native token, which by now they should have their own blockchain anyway, or they should have a side chain of Ethereum at least, and not on the original Ethereum protocol itself. The next is that what they can do is certain ICOs should do a rebranding, or certain ICO companies should have done a rebranding. Because why? They really don't have tokenomics to begin with. And now, right, they found out their token structure suck. I give you an example. When Stamit came about, I was extremely excited about that forum. I really, really agree that, they did it very well. However, right, they got zero tokenomics. But what happened? A couple of months down the road, suddenly they found out that the community worked together and they told them that, this tokenomics suck. So therefore, they decided, hey, we need to change it. And now they have a 2 token structure itself, including VeChain. VeChain was also one of those. VeChain I like a lot because now the VeChain team, right, and the community has gathered together, and now we found out that they have 2 tokenomics. And then this is where we find that, that is
VeChain,
another
right?
way. Yeah,
VeChain?
VeChain, yes.
VeChain.
Yep. So that's one of the better ones out there. But of course, I'm not asking you to invest in VeChain.
We have more people coming in. Hi, Charlene.
Yay, we have more people coming in. Yay. So yeah.
We have one more. Okay, from Laka.
Yes.
Will crypto replace fiat in the future? How long will it take?
I believe that crypto has already started replacing fiat. Why? Because fiat is in a never-ending cycle of killing itself. Because people are greedy by nature. I can tell you why. We have people. Okay, for lack of a better word, I don't want to name any governments or any banks. Most of the governments are owing banks money. to do the things that the government was supposed to do. And we have the whole America in such a huge debt, right? That it does not make sense. Most of the time, these countries cannot even pay back the debt in which they have created in the first place. So let me ask you, when 90% of the countries in the world, which is actually right now in our current situation, when 90% of the country in the world is now in huge debt that they cannot pay back, what do you think they'll think of doing? What do you think they'll do, Karen?
I was focusing on the question.
Okay.
So sorry.
So
I haven't paid attention.
So technically, right,
Yeah.
what's going to happen is when 90% of the countries are in such huge debt that they cannot solve their debt problem, right? You know, most of the time how they solve their debt problem, they make sure that they have gold, or they make sure they borrow from another country. Some other countries are even more awesome. They actually lend other countries to put them more into debt. So the rest of the world will not try to collect back the money that they owe them. So that is our current problem. So with this problem, right, I can foresee that if possible, many of them will start changing to a new system. When push comes to shove, you cannot go on to the old system, you change to something new.
But not everybody still buy into the new system, right? Take times, right?
Yeah, it takes a
takes
long time. I don't believe it will happen within my generation, but I believe that steps have been taken by individuals, or steps have been taken by institutions, or even steps have been taken have been started to take, which for lack of a better word, I think steps have been taken even by governments right now to take themselves away from this original banking system. They are trying and they are looking for a way out. Don't ask me how I know. I have heard enough information regarding that actually. Yeah. So I believe it will at least take 50 years to answer.
50 years.
Yeah, to answer Caleb, I believe that it will take 50 years. I don't believe that it will happen within this 10 years, because why?
But
India
in
tried.
In a few country,
They will change, but even the changing, they need their citizens to adapt. They need their citizens to change and to be accustomed to. For example, it took Singapore really a long time to adopt using e-wallets or e-payment systems itself. It took us a long time. Even right now, we are still using cash. But look at China. Yeah, Alipay is everywhere. WeChat Pay is everywhere. They are totally cashless, to the point where nowadays, right, if the Chinese in China, they use fiat, they find it difficult because the merchants don't want to accept the fiat. They want to use e-payment itself. Yeah. So we have one such question.
Just like I saw one question. How long have you been in the industry?
Oh yeah. Well, I said it earlier.
Hi, William.
Hi, William.
William Smith.
Oh, hi, William. I've been in the industry for 9 years. Okay. William, my favorite crypto is definitely Bitcoin. Definitely Bitcoin.
Only Bitcoin?
Well, people believe that I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, not because of anything, but I believe that Bitcoin is a black hole of value.
Okay.
It was created, if you read the white paper of Bitcoin, right, don't read specifically what was said. Read the context. What do you think the creator of Bitcoin or the creators of Bitcoin wanted to say? Because why? When we read something, right, we should be reading the unsaid stuff and not the things that are said directly to us, because that tells about the heart of the creator or the creators of Bitcoin. I don't believe Bitcoin is created by one person. I believe that Bitcoin is created by a group of individuals. It's way too complicated and understanding for just one person to know how to do this. Okay, now let me talk a bit more about Bitcoin and why is it my favorite crypto. I actually believe that Bitcoin, like what I say, is meant to be a black hole of value. Why? When the current fiat system fails. When more and more countries like Venezuela, like even currently Turkey, or even the Iranian government, when all these countries and their old system start failing, value will disappear from their system. But it doesn't disappear like that. Value doesn't disappear at all. What value does is it goes somewhere else. It's transferred. I believe that the transference from this current fiat system will slowly go from this fiat system into Bitcoin, and then it will flood into the cryptocurrency market, which is why Bitcoin dominance is always so high. Yeah, and there is no cryptocurrency in the world. I don't care when people talk about Ripple and they say that Ripple is going to replace Bitcoin. Forget it. I don't believe that. And I believe that Ripple is actually a cryptocurrency that the banks have created to try to come in our ecosystem.
Yeah, we have a questions here. Let me scroll. Okay. Wow. By Mr. Ko.
Mhm.
It seems that VCs
Lens.
Lens. Oh, by Lens.
Ah,
Oh, okay. Hi, Lens.
Hi,
Okay.
Lens.
You're gonna be here.
VCs are now looking at the equity of many blockchain startups due to their potential. Do you see VC validation as something that could instill confidence in the ICO? Also, would token and equity, let me see,
holders. Wait,
you
the
missed that.
question, like, let
Okay, let me
me,
see.
we can click down.
You click down.
Okay, this is faster. Okay.
Oh, Runway is here. Hi, Runway.
Hi, Runway. Hi,
Hi,
bro.
Samantha is here.
Hi, Samantha.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlene. Hi.
Oh,
Hi, Will Smith.
yeah, is there Will Smith here?
Is he a real Will Smith or not? Because Will Smith is my idol, man. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That shows how old I am.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Okay, we are trying to look for a question
Questions, just
that
not
we just scrolled away from.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Again, I repeat.
Okay.
VCs are now looking at the equity of many blockchain startups due to their potential. Do you see VC validations as something that could instill confidence in the ICO?
Yes, I definitely see that because they will need to go through a tough due diligence before they even choose to invest in the ICO. Whether or not it's in the equity of the ICOs or whether or not it's in the tokens, that's definitely that. Yes.
And also,
would
would token holders and equity owners
be playing a zero sum game? Depending, if it's an STO, definitely I believe that it's a zero sum game. If it's a utility token, I don't believe so. Why? For a properly constructed utility token, right, it's needed in their ecosystem. So if it's needed, like for example, to have voting rights in the ecosystem, to be used as a toll, to even structure that the tokens, the holder of the tokens, like a proof of stake model, will start accumulating other tokens itself, then that is not a zero sum game because they are investing in two separate things. So that is why. Okay, yes. Yeah, I also have heard that Bitcoin is 2x now. Well, I hope that Bitcoin is going to drop more so I can accumulate more. So when more of us can, I believe that when the price is low for Bitcoin, we should start accumulating. When the price is high, please start selling. It's very simple logic. Don't follow what the other people are doing when it comes to cryptocurrency. See, many of them are like when Bitcoin is low, they tend to want to sell because they fear. They start to go into fear and they panic and they say, "Oh my God, Bitcoin price is going to drop to zero." Really? I've been here for 9 years. I've never seen it drop to zero. And even then, right?
What's lowest actually?
Well, the
Really?
lowest I've
For
seen
you?
so far, right, was 30 cents. But that's for me, you see. So by now, I don't think they'll ever see 30 cents. If they see $3,000, it's really way, way, way too low already. But I suspect the lowest that we can be going is $4 to $5,000 for the Bitcoin. Yeah.
4,000 to 5,000.
Yeah, I hope so actually. If it drops to 4,000 to 5,000, that'll be awesome. We will be buying. I will be buying. If you want, you can sell to me. I don't have a problem. And not just that, I am quite sure that institutions will also be buying. We even have family officers that are coming in to buy Bitcoin right now. And if family officers are in, I don't know why are you not in yet. Okay.
Okay. From Leslie, what's your opinion on exchanges?
Exchanges.
And what is the differences with crypto exchanges and normal exchanges?
Actually, for crypto exchanges and normal exchanges, one thing is about tech. I believe that crypto exchanges and most people who run the crypto exchange, right, many of them still don't understand how an exchange should be run. We have a couple of Singaporean-based exchanges that are still so small and puny, while those with experts who have run or who have been working in like the normal exchanges like Nasdaq before, they actually grew to huge sizes. So, but when it comes to many of the Singaporean counterparts, I'm not sure why they are so small. That's one thing. Okay. Then next thing will be this. Crypto exchanges are a bit more difficult to produce in tech. Why? Your crypto once it's lost forever. That's one big fundamental difference in the crypto exchanges. And many people misunderstand that they believe that most of the cryptocurrency is actually, they are trading their cryptocurrency on the exchanges. No, they are not. They are trading digital currencies on the crypto exchange. Digital, not cryptocurrency. And most of the cryptocurrency are held in their cold wallets of the exchanges itself. If they are not held in the cold wallets, I would panic because it will mean that these exchanges are very easy to be hacked. Yeah. So also one thing I need to remind you all, okay, when it comes to exchanges, please make sure that whenever you finish your trade, get your cryptocurrencies off your exchange. Okay. And yes, are you sure that
Is there any good educational groups that Leslie can follow?
Yes.
He's still a noob.
Really? Okay, I am always happy and open to meet up with people who are interested in cryptocurrency. They can come to my company, meet me at my consultancy at Jusco Marina Square Level 3. They can always come. Of course, they might want to check with Karen.
Yeah, please check with me.
Please check Karen whether or not I have meetings and so on. Whether I'm meeting clients and such. I'm always happy to educate people. In fact, very soon we will be starting out a series. They wanted to call it blockchain for Tauges. I am still wondering whether we should do that, but we want to teach SME owners how to do ICOs.
I think our logo, I think I like that. You
Yeah.
know, if you see behind.
Yeah. So
I think we educate,
yeah,
empower, and create.
Okay, you can see the create. Yes. So yes, educate, empower, and create. We at Kryptoia, right, hope to educate, empower, and create. And why we are doing this live thing right now is because I think we are bored of like
I think
the ICO world. Most people are just looking for investment, and they are treating people like just investment. They don't care about the community
I think
itself.
we can only accept for
Okay,
last
only three more questions,
because we are
two.
going to end our session very soon, in less than 5 minutes. So a quick one from Constantine. Joseph, are coins like Saki's Bitcoin digital currency or blockchain cryptocurrency?
Well, since you have named company's name and I kind of don't want to be sued, so I would generally still consider them cryptocurrencies for now. Whether or not they are well done cryptocurrency, you can come and ask me privately.
Yeah. Okay, by Leslie, another question. How do I identify which or who is a good crypto educator since you have been in this field for so long?
Well, if you want education in Singapore Bitcoin Club is definitely good for education, especially the retail people, definitely. We have people who are interested to learn about blockchain and how to ICO their company itself.
Okay. Hi, Oliver.
Hi, Oliver. Hey, why
Hi,
ICO
Oliver.
and not SEO? Yeah, Oliver, we said that just now. Hopefully, we are gonna share this live on
Yeah, we have shared that earlier
yeah.
on.
But I will tell you a bit. Yeah, not every company should be SEO, and not every company should be ICO. Definitely. I think later on when the video is shared, you can go through the whole video again. It should be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Yep.
do remember to join our crypto family.
Mhm.
See the link in the comment section later.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So join us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
join us. Feel free to
We'll,
please join us.
yeah.
Welcome.
we will share some tips on the crypto world. We will give some insights as to what's going on in the region itself, whether or not it's based on the current cryptocurrency world, the current fiat world. Please join us.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
can, can we just accept one last
Okay, one last question. Yep.
Is it one or just not already answered, right? How do coin developers value their coins? I heard of a DKG coin cost $1,000 per coin. How did they arrive at that?
Okay, most of the time, unless it's an asset-based coin, when they arrive at the price, I have a problem with how they arrive at that price. Because if, which I say like 99% of the ICOs don't have proper tokenomics, they don't even know how to evaluate their coin. For example, when the ICO consultant went to teach them or went to do up their tokenomics, they didn't even ask for a projection or P&L of their current company. So how can they evaluate the coin directly itself? And yes, I agree that no wallets can hold a lot of different cryptocurrencies. So that is true. Many of the wallets are starting to open up and to accept more cryptocurrencies. With greater number of native tokens to be created, we need more. We need wallets that are universal adapters itself. So when that happens, then I believe that the industry is still not mature enough for that. Well, obviously that. So, Oliver, all these questions, you
Less
can,
different paper wallets.
yeah, even worse, right, for paper wallets. So you need your private keys and such. So, Oliver, for all these, right, I think because we are going to the end of our show, what you can do is you can write more comments.
You can join our crypto family once again. Join our crypto family. See the link in the comment section.
Correct.
Yeah.
Join us.
Join us.
Yeah, join our Telegram group. We have a Telegram group. Feel free to email us or feel free to contact me directly at my Facebook or at my LinkedIn. If you type ICO consultant in Google right now, you will see that I'm the only individual that's on the first page of Google has an ICO consultant.
It has been actually, I have been observing, it has been for 2 months. I think.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months already.
2 to 3 months consistently.
Correct. I didn't even know about it because I don't know how to do SEOs. I only understand cryptocurrencies. If you ask me about marketing, internet marketing, all this, I'm not good. I have to depend on people in my company to do it. But what happened is the first time when I heard about it was because my friend from Dubai told me that, hey, can you go and look at Google and type out ICO consultant? And I saw, hey, wow, I'm actually there on the first page. That's interesting because I don't know how to do SEO and I haven't paid. And in fact, One Way also said that my SEO sucks. Yeah, she told me I know nothing about SEO. Then okay, fine. So you know it's organic growth. Okay, feel free to join us and we'll be ending our session
very soon.
Yeah, this time. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Karen,
everyone.
for helping. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay! So we need to end the live video. Okay, yes.